Good morning. Yesterday was a good day. Today's going to be a better one. So yesterday, I helped a young mama. And yes, I'm getting reimbursed for it. It's fine. But it's still help. Even when you reimburse somebody for it, they don't have to. I mean, I don't have to. I've been told multiple times, if you don't want to do this, don't do this. But I've been a young mama. I've been a young mama who is responsible for keeping the house clean and cooking and working. I've been there. This young mama is going through some shit. She needs help. It's really that simple. It really is. She just needs a little help. It's not a lot of help, it's just a little help. She needs to know that her kids are going to be okay during the day while she's at work. So she messaged me yesterday and asked me how things were going. And I gave her updates. Now, there's a few people who I've babysat for. Geronimo. Miss Sue. You guys remember when I was watching the babies? For both of you. When I watched Miss Sue's little boy. And when I watched Geronimo's two little girls. I used to give him updates. I used to give her updates. I used to write hers down like daycares would do it. How many times I changed his diaper, how many times what I fed him that day, everything. And with Geronimo's, well, I would text it to him. Because he could receive the text, he could talk to me, he could call me during the day with what he was doing for work at the time. Miss Sue couldn't really. I mean, she could, but we weren't trying to mess with this job, but she had just gotten. Yeah, and for both of them, when I babysat, here's the crazy number y'all about to hear. I did it for $50 a week. For the one for two kids. Because they're not bad kids. And I enjoy spending time with kids, so I never really charged that much. They asked me how much I wanted for this. And I said, you pay me what you feel it's worth it. And when they told me how much they were going to throw me for watching these kids a couple of days a week, and it's a couple of days a week. Like this week, it's Monday and Tuesday. Because over the weekend, I don't feel that I'm actually going to be the one responsible for them, because their uncle was talking about me, him, and them going out to their grandma's house. So I actually feel like I need to put in more effort, more work to earn what they said. Because to me, spending time with kids is great. I would have done this for free. I even said I'd do this for free. They are already doing enough for me. But see, my friend likes to do this thing called take care of the ones he cares about. And he cares about me. So him knowing that I have no money and he has it, but I won't accept a handout. He knows that I want to feel like I'm earning it. So I do things like help him pick up around his apartment, which he's letting me stay in. Or while I've been here with these kids yesterday, and I'll continue it into today. I've done things for them, like set up more toys out in the yard. I've weeded this back patio area, and I've wiped down the countertops and did a load or two of laundry, and nothing hard. But everything I do saves that mama a little bit of time. That she can come home last night and she had other things she needed to take care of. She fed the kids. She fed her own kids. I didn't feed them dinner. She came home around dinner time. Now, I can, and I probably will tonight, just make it easier on her. Because I know how to cook. I know how to cook real food. I might not be chef quality, but I know how to cook. I know how things go together. Do it with a little bit of soul. Said that food with love. She got to come home last night, and she made them their dinner. She had to go and do another errand real quick. I said, I got the kids. You go take care of what you need to take care of. Because the sooner you take care of that, the sooner then you and I can move forward with you going forward. Because she has a lot of cleanup to do. No, I don't mean clean up like I clean up. I mean, but she's got her own past to clean up. And that is not an easy thing to fucking do. I sat here last night with what felt like 3 or 4 or more. But definitely 3 of the closest people in my life ever that are gone. Is that right here? They're gone. I cannot physically speak to them anymore. I can speak. They can't talk back. But the way the music was flowing was like it was a conversation between us. Pick a person. As the song told you who you were talking to. Now, one was my dad. He's always here, remember? He's right there on my neck. He's right there. Daddy. I used to be his angel. Now he's mine. One was like my little brother. I'd known this kid since he was a kid. And he passed away right around his 30th birthday. 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago almost. Actually, might be at 5.5 years. It was in the early year. Oh, do you know this one's for you? I feel like your daddy finally came to peace. Because that was another one. It's my good friend, JW. I was playing around with wire while I was out here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but kind of looks like a JW. Now that J is a little wonky though, right? Oh, so is he. So am I. The sun's gonna start coming up, and it's gonna start because I'm cold right now. It's chilly. It's about time. Like right now, it feels like you would need a sweater. I will wash this blanket again since I've been out here smoking on it. Well, hey, Bubby, if you ever see this, there's my Pooh Bear back. Thank you for giving him to me. You know, I was always a Winnie the Pooh fanatic. I thank the universe for guiding my brother to that pin for him to give it back to me, because it might just be a little pin. It might not mean a whole lot to anybody else. But that little Winnie the Pooh pin, it means the world to me. What's inside that black bandana means the world to me. Not just the Winnie the Pooh pin on the outside, but what I wrapped up inside. Hey, say Bubby. Your angel's inside that bandana. So that way I can tie it around my wrist. Have it with me everywhere I go. Excuse me. These are not good for you. Even if you don't inhale them. I'm hoping to be off of these pretty soon. Okay, guys. I don't know if you can see it. She's coming up. Ain't she coming up? Now, sitting with your ghost is never easy. At least last night I wasn't alone when I did it. There was other people here. They might have been asleep, but I wasn't alone. And I wasn't even at my house. I wasn't at my home. 11:11, as I said that. Time-wise on the video. But at my friend's home, I got to safely sit with my ghosts. I got to feel like I had a conversation one last time. But it won't be. 'Cause see, I'll talk to them regardless. Just like the Christians talk to God. Because here's the difference. I've asked God to come down here and sit with me. Maybe yes. Maybe I just wasn't listening. But I didn't feel it. I felt my dad. I felt Ryan. I felt Jeremy. And I could say their names because they're no longer here. I can't tarnish their reputations as long as I don't say anything bad about them. Now I'll tell you, they were all three imperfect. But they were perfect to me. And at the end of it, I looked up in that bright old blue sky right now, but it was dark. But it was shiny. Because the clouds moved. There was no cloud cover. And I got to see all the stars. Well, at least the ones that you could see with the light pollution going on here. But they were still bright enough I could see them. That's how I feel about my family that is gone. They might be in a different place, but I still see them. They still shine so bright in my head, in my heart, in my soul, in me. The reason I take offense so much when people call me a drug addict is because of Jeremy and Ryan. I learned from their lessons. One more time is just one more too many. Can be. But it is. It's not that it only can be. One more time is one more too many. A substance is a substance is a substance. I don't care what your substance is. If it can harm you, you need to stop. Now, I occasionally have a drink, because in moderation, well, everything's okay in moderation. This morning I had half a donut. Now, I know that can hurt me, but I only ate half of a donut. Coffee brought to me by my friend, my sweetheart, this morning. I was still sleeping. He came here, brought me a coffee. From that fast place. My dog is here. There's baby's gonna be waking up soon. The world is not as horrible a place as everybody tries to make it out to be. Not all the time. You know, I didn't tell you guys this, but bad shit's happened this week too. I will wash my hands in a minute, but you know, when you cry, you cry. Actually, you know what? Tissues from last night. Because last night I was so emotional. I was bawling. Some of those songs, man. If that was really how they felt, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't answer the phone. Sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry you didn't answer the door. I was on the other side. We could have had more time. We could have made time. Well, time is precious. Time is very precious. Which is why I've been helping this mama while she's at work and I'm already here. Pick up around her house. Sweep away the cobweb. Pull the weeds. Wipe the counters down. Throw in a load of laundry. And when she's ready, I'll help her unpack her past. Because, well, who better? I'm sitting here doing it myself. I can help her. But I did learn my lessons from my dad on how to be a better parent, how to make sure that I always make time, whether it's a phone conversation or in person, how to communicate from his lack of communication. I learned my lessons from the things that he did that I didn't want my kids to ever feel that way. So to all my babies, Mama's always here. I'm only a phone call away. Just a phone call. A text message. I know I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. I know I get mad. Upset. Disappointed. Proud. Always proud. You know how often I talk about you kids? No, you don't. Oh, I don't shut up about you guys. I took my chain off. I took it off because I said it likes to choke me when I sleep, and I've only been up for a little bit. My friend woke me up bringing me coffee, remember? It's about half full. J. Debbie and Ryan, those two taught me how not to do drugs. Those two taught me how to be sober. By the lessons they didn't learn. Those phone calls broke me, boys.
Jeremy, I didn't find out for 3 days. Till after you were gone. I found out that one of my best friends died when I went to pick my son up on my birthday. On my 34th birthday. So the song Bluebird by Miranda Lambert, well, 34 is bad, but I just turned 39. And 2022 is the year for blessings. Blessings in the disguise of downfalls. But it's been blessings. You find out who your real friends are. Find out who your friends are. Somebody's gonna drop everything, run out and gas up their car, hit the gas, get there fast, never stop and think what's in it for me, or it's way too far. They just show on up with their big old heart. You find out who your friends are. What my friend did, he said, I can come get you. 400 something miles. Might as well round on up to about 500 one way. I said, when? And I had other friends going, hey, you can come down here to Kentucky, or hey, you can come down here, or hey, you can do this. And I said, when? It was days. He said, tomorrow when I get off work, I work tonight, and because he works overnight. And when I get off work, I said, well, if you need to take a nap, just come get me afterwards. He said, no, I'd rather come get you first. Knowing that there's something to do, I will not be able to sleep. And he did. Oh, he told me he'd be there by noon, and I had a feeling I had told my ex, I said, I'm leaving out around 11 if you want to come say goodbye. My ex didn't come say goodbye. He can't look at me in person. This was before I was moving forward. This was when I was still stuck in Ohio. I am leaving at least for a couple of weeks. If you want to come say goodbye. He did. And what I've remembered is when you love somebody, when you honestly, truly love them, that love doesn't go away. It's always there. It might shift, and it might change. It might change from friendship into romantic back into friendship. From kids not being yours to loving them like they are. Oh, but when they are taken away, it hurts. It hurts. But kids are not meant to be kept. They're meant to be loved, taught, shown right from wrong. And then you're meant to release them, to let them go live their lives. Man, my babies will always be my babies. Always be my babies. My lost boys will always be my lost boys. But there is no place called Neverland. Yet. I kind of think that that's what I want to name my piece of property when I get it. Finding Neverland. A safe place for all my babies. To have their own space. To be able to live their own lives, but still be close enough to Mama that they can come say hi. When they want to. Or because Mama asked. That's still my dream. I'm gonna accomplish it. I remember family doesn't mean blood. There are some people who are like me who have a rough family. And sometimes for those people, well, you gotta go create your own. Told you, Vin Diesel had it right in that movie. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. So until the day I do see them again, till the day I'm up in that sky shining with them, I love you. I miss you every day. My grandma stopped in last night too for a moment, just to say hi. I got reminded of that sweet, sweet love that she used to give. I got reminded of her making breakfast. She was a great woman. She was. She was my protector. Hear all the other dogs barking in the neighborhood, but not Jack. He's not even out here, I don't think. Jack, what are you doing? Actually, he is out here. He's out of the yard. He got out of the yard. So you guys are going to have to walk down here with me so I can get my puppy. Oh, stairs. See, I weeded some of her concrete last night. Just little things. Get in this yard. What were you doing? At least I know. When I get my own place. My next place. Probably going to need a privacy fence for this fatty. Look at him though. Look at my fatty. Come here. Come here. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Your mommy's baby. See? Ain't he so cute? He's like, Mom. Mom. You know I don't like the camera. I mean, he's a dog. Oh. Well, see, he can't make up his mind what he wants to do. Now, some will say I got lucky. I didn't get lucky. I got blessed. I don't get lucky. I get blessed. I got blessed that all three of my kids survived. There was high chances they wouldn't have. I got blessed with my puppy. He's a really good dog. I got blessed to meet every single one of you guys. Now, whether you think it's a blessing to meet me or not, it's a different story. I'm a lot. I know. A lot of people can't handle me. I know. But I was blessed to meet you. And last night might have been a dark and cold night. Sun's coming up. Yeah, it's a little cloudy, but I mean, if you see behind me, there's blue. I see blue. So the light's out, and that makes everything better. But even during those times last night where I was so down, it never seemed to fail at my friend with his red horse and his pale skin. That's only because he's a truck driver, so he doesn't get much sun. He's starting to tan up a little bit more and more on the weekends. But right now he's still got pale skin and a red horse. Well, he showed me who my real friend was. He never questioned it. He doesn't have any expectations out of me. And everything I do willingly. Because he deserves love too. And he showed me I deserve love. I deserve it. We all do. It's like the most basic of human needs. It's like the most basic of human rights. And yet, some people seem to think that it is okay to use it as a weapon. Love isn't a weapon. Love is never meant to be a weapon. You're not supposed to use your love for somebody or their love for you against them. Ever. That is wrong. To manipulate somebody's brain, to manipulate somebody's heart, and to manipulate somebody's soul in that way is just wrong. Yesterday I posted something. I said there's many ways to cheat. You can kiss, and you can have secret messages and secret phone calls and hiding things. And, well, of course, always the big one, sex. You can emotionally cheat on somebody. You can physically cheat on somebody. You can mentally cheat on somebody. Yeah, mentally cheat on somebody. That's kind of like where you mentally imagine that there's somebody else. It's still cheating. And it's not right. It's just not right. Guys, the sun is beautiful, even behind those clouds. And when it comes out from behind those clouds and it gets a little bit higher, it's going to warm up. Because like I said, right now I'm cold. I'm still cold from the night. But I won't be for long. I know this. Now I could always put on more layers, but right now I'm just kind of dealing with the cold. I need to get adjusted if I'm going to be up here around in the wintertime. Now, let's see if I can show you. I don't know if it'll show you or not. But that I see it at my phone, but that doesn't mean that's going to show up in the camera. The sun is beautiful. And it comes up every day. Reliable. Almost to the point where we can tell just the exact minute that sun is going to rise. And we know when it's going to go down every day. Rises in the east and it sets in the west. We know this. History tells us.
that it's consistent. Over and over and over again. Over and over. And it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do here on earth. That sun is going to rise in the east and it's going to set in the west every day. The question is, though, which wolf you gonna feed? You gonna keep being bad? You gonna keep being evil? You gonna keep feeding that with your habits, with your greed, with your glutton, with your hatred? Are you guys gonna help me out? Help the world out? Can we be like the sun and just rise every day regardless and shine? Spread some love like it spreads its rays of sunshine. Spread love in whatever form you spread love, but make sure it's a healthy love. So if you're going to feed people, make sure you're feeding them correctly. If you're going to clean for them, well, make sure that you're cleaning and not making a bigger mess. As the Detroit boy pointed out, some of these homeless people save and they pile. But the thing is, they pile it in places that it's not, it doesn't look like it belongs to anybody. Can we do better for the homeless? And we keep talking about saving all these other countries. Can we save ours first? Can we stop ignoring the problems? I walk around these towns, states apart, and I notice the same things over and over and over again, especially in the ones that are angry. Detroit, Flint, Hamilton, Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus. I notice the same things. Drugs. And all that comes with that. Dude, I picked up condoms on a playground in Butler County. A child's playground, and I picked up condoms. Now, I didn't touch them with my own hands. Hell no. Ew. Ew. But I used something else and something else to pick up those, and I threw them away because ew. And then I definitely washed my hands, because you got to wash off all of that ew that the world is leaving. Now, right here in Bay City, my most common garbage that I pick up is cigarette butts. I feel like I'm picking up one for every one I ever smoked. That's a lot. Because there was points in time where I was up to 3 packs a day. Hey, JB, remember that? Going to that drive-thru, getting those 6 packs of cigarettes, 3 for you and 3 for me, back when we were babies ourselves. Your kids are that age now. Could you imagine? No, not our son. Your other kids. Hey, if you guys are watching, Jay and Shy, honey, I'm sorry for the lives that you guys have had. I am. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve it. Not one bit of it. You didn't deserve the anger. You didn't deserve the hatred. You didn't deserve the drugs, the alcohol, the partying. What you deserved was a mother and a father who loved you. Now, I know they both love you, but something's happened, and neither of you want to talk to your mom or are allowed to talk to your mom, or I don't know. And JB, I don't give a fuck what anybody's telling me right now. You are not sober. Liar. Lying like right now, like you've lied about every other fucking thing. Your ass is gonna die with the way you were going. I feel it. There's nothing I can do. You gotta make that choice. You gotta make that decision. You have to. Nobody can make it for you. I don't give a fuck what your friend, you know who she is, your one best friend that says that she don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, she said you were sober the last time when she brought me over to your house that one day. She said you were sober then, and I said, no, you're not. The fuck he is. There's a reason I wouldn't come close to you. There was a reason I kept my 20-foot gap. There's a reason I got in that car and sat there and said I was not giving you a hug. And you said, well, that's nice. Well, there's a reason. You're at your rock bottom. And when you're at your rock bottom, you would think after just losing everybody, I begged people to help save you. Begged them. Go through your goddamn phone, dumbass. You're too smart to be acting this dumb. You've always been an asshole. But you're too smart to be acting this goddamn dumb. Acting like it's my fault for your drug addiction. I wasn't the one stuffing that fucking fentanyl in your goddamn body. I was the one trying to keep you from dying. You were death rattling. Every time you rolled over on your back, you couldn't breathe. They are lying to you. Those friends. Why don't you go ask Maka? Sorry, Maka, I'm throwing your name out here, honey. Go ask Maka. I explained everything. Ask that friend who said she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Ask her what the text messages to her said. I stayed on death watch with you for 3 fucking days, and you turned around and looked at me and said, Jessica, get out. I didn't leave you. You abandoned me. Again. After 25 years, you got my picture hanging up on that wall from us when we were teenagers, along with Ryan. Well, he was sitting here with me last night. He wasn't with you. Because even he knows from the other side, we can't make this decision for you. You gotta make it yourself. And that goes for everybody. Every single person out there who has a habit that you need to break or has a downfall that you can get yourself out of. Nobody else can do it for you. And it's not anybody else's responsibility. I came over there that day to help him because he requested me. I told him if we do this my way. Tell your friends that if I say they get out, then that means they get out. Well, his friends didn't like it because they didn't have anywhere else to go. They didn't have anybody else to use. Michael, Andrew, whatever that one girl's name was. Not Maka. Maka's actually okay. That fake daughter of yours, that ain't shy. That ain't shy. I don't even know that girl's name. Kay? She's not your fucking daughter. That would be like one of my nephews trying to come in and have some kind of say-so in my life when I was laying there dying over D. No. D, my Michael. My archangels, my Gabriel, my Michael, my James. Those three, those three will have ultimate say when it comes to the end of my life. And those three all know my wishes when it comes to the end of my life cycle. I've made it plain and clear. Over and over and over again. No, at this point, I probably would not do a heart transplant if it ever comes to that, like my dad did. At this point, I don't even know if I would do radiation and chemo if I came up with cancer. Quality of life is better than quantity. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I would have to have one damn good reason to want to stick around for longer. Now, right now, the only thing I got is I got a few friends that love me. And I've got the want to have a better life in the future. So, that's all I need, though. The belief in myself, the support from a few good friends. Oh, that love. Because even love from a few good people can make up for the lack of it from everybody. See, I've asked repeatedly to please like, share, and subscribe. And I know I've seen, and one video had over 70-some views on it. No likes. I know my words are harsh. I know they're hard. The truth fucking hurts sometimes now, don't it? Sorry, I'm all about the truth. Always have been. Makes me so mad when people keep lying to me, about me, for me. Oh, Nikki. Oh, Mr. Nikki. You lied for me to that Myers Distribution Center in Tip City. You told them things that weren't even set in stone yet. Not because I asked you to. Because you were done. But I wasn't. I liked that job. I might have stayed where I was at if you had not have told them lies. Because at that point, that's what they were. Now, I know afterwards I decided to go ahead and go through with what you told them. But at the point that you told them, I hadn't made my mind up. But you cost me a job. You cost me 2 cars. Hey, Nikki, you owe me 2 cars. I want another Maleficent. That's what I want. You need to find me another Firebird, please. You owe me 2 cars. The Blazer, and then you took off in Maleficent, and you parked her, and she got towed. You knew I didn't have the fucking money. Did you give me the money to get her out? Nope. Did you care about anybody but yourself at that point in time in your life? No. Cared about you, and only you. Didn't matter what I was doing to help you. It didn't matter that I could have gotten in a lot of legal trouble. It didn't matter to you. I do love that thing. It lit up last night. It was cool as fuck. But see, 6 years ago, Nikki, I didn't matter to you. Now, I know you love me. I know you care. But when those drugs had that hold on you, baby, you did not care one bit. You didn't care about nothing but getting fucked up. Now you're clean. And I'm proud of you. And I love you, regardless of what actions you've done against me. But dude, you do. You owe me 2 cars. You owe me. I never wrecked your cars. I never took your cars when I wasn't supposed to keep on having them. I never manipulated you like you did me 6 years ago. I should have listened to Crystal. She said you were going to fuck my life up. But I said, no, I know, Nikki. Hey, you didn't fuck my life up. You set it on a different course. And that course opened up doors, to open up doors, to shut doors, to close doors, to shut those windows, to cast those stones, to move forward. So, thank you. But still, you still owe me 2 cars. Actually, you owe me 1 car, and you owe Miss Sue a car. 2 cars. Get to skipping. You got work to do, boy. You got lots of work to do. You owe me 2 cars. Now, this is one of my longest videos yet, because it's going on 50 minutes. Right now. But I do have a lot to say. Now, Nick, I know, honey, I know you're probably never going to be able to afford 2 cars for me, even cheap ones. I know that. Go do something good, and I'll wipe that slate clean. I'll just clean it all the way. Go do something good, and I will never bring up those cars again. Because that wasn't you. That was the drugs. I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. I wasn't a better friend to keep you from doing that. I'm sorry. I didn't put my foot down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my mistakes in that whole situation. All of them. Thank you for being my friend forever. I love you so much. Regardless. Ups, downs, all around. You have a beautiful soul. I do love you. So, I am proud of you for getting off that shit. However you did it. Jail, rehab, Vivitrol, on your own. Anybody who has ever gotten off that shit. It ain't an easy battle. It took me 3 times. I did on my own, but it took me 3 times. There's a lot of 3s in my life. 3 boys. 3 times. But, you know, regardless, ups, downs, all around. That roller coaster ride of our friendship that we have taken for the last 25 years I've known you. Back when you were dating my best friend, when you and her split up, she moved on, and she gave us permission to date for a little while. But you were my friend first. You were my friend after. Because that's how we do this. Friends. Forever. Because I love you, and you love me. And we figured out how to do our thing. I wish JB would learn the same. My other ex. I got a lot of exes. Friends with 95% of them. Not my ex-husband. Me and him are not friends. I cannot be friends with him. The damage he did was deeper. But it's okay. I still forgive him. He didn't know any better. Or he might have, but I really don't think he did. I really think he thought he was doing the best. He wasn't. At all. So here's the key. When you're an addict trying to get clean, and you're with somebody who's still using, one, you're setting yourself up for failure every time. Because if they're still using, then they're going to bring it around you. Ooh, I told you that sun was coming up. And, oh, did you guys see my new Fitbit watch? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Isn't it pretty? It's pretty. I love it. Mwah. Love it. But one, if you're an addict and you're around other addicts, you're gonna have a hard time getting clean. If you can get clean, good luck. I mean, because seriously, that was what my relapse kept happening. It's because I was trying to get clean, but I was around a whole bunch of people who weren't. So the best way I found out to get clean was the leaf. Here we go. Show it that way. Ain't it pretty? So pretty. If you're an addict trying to get clean and you're with somebody who's sober, use them to the best of your ability to stay sober. Use them. Sorry guys, it got bright. You will never get clean until you're ready to. Nobody can force you. When you hit that point where if I continue this way, I'm going to die and I'm not ready to die, you'll get clean. JB, I thought you were there, baby. You're not. I feel it. Here. I feel it. I feel you. 500 miles away. I still feel you. Always have. 25 years of it. I know where you are. You're right there in my heart, man. It's a specific spot. It's a specific pain. It's a specific... But you're not sober yet. I know you're not sober yet. I would feel it. I don't feel it. I feel that you're still sneaking and doing something. You might be drinking. Seriously, dude, the only thing I'm cool with doing anymore? Smoking some weed. That's it. But speaking of that, I'm about ready to do that because I really haven't smoked anything yet today. And I'm on, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, day 5 with no Ritalin. I took it Thursday so I'd be on the bus because I got warned and be calm. So I took it to be calm. But I'm up here and when there's no stress hitting you, like seriously, no stress, well, you can be calm without medication. Yeah, my necklaces are twisted. Sorry. There's G1. Oh, my world of soul, along with my Firestone that I say just gets me so loud. The ring has a forget-me-not in it. This one, my Miss Sue gave me. And it reminds me of a broken wing. Light colored blue stone. It's almost clear, but almost blue. Just can't quite make up its mind. And then, of course, always, my daddy. Now, I was cosmically told, personal jokes, to take this wing and this little stone and add them onto my thing. So, the next time you guys see this, it'll probably just be the heart. And then, actually, you might not be seeing it much longer because I got my closure. So I sat and had a conversation through the music. Back and forth. He loves me. From the other side. That kind of love doesn't go anywhere. That kind of love is able to surpass death. Love goes beyond borders. For your love. My love goes beyond borders for your love. And I'll go beyond all those borders for all of you, for all of your love. Now, my Michael, my angel Michael, I've told you 100,000 times before, there is no place that far that I won't get to you. I will go over mountains. I will swim across the river. I will swim across the ocean if I have to. I will find you on an island in the middle of nowhere if that's what I have to do to make sure that my baby gets back home. Because you deserve to come back home. You deserve to have a home to come back to. And you deserve to have the best one that there is. You know, I know the U.S. is one of the better countries because, as my friend likes to tell me, there's people in Africa who are getting killed because they don't want to join the army or the militia or whatever. They don't want to go dig up those stones out of the ground for other people to make that money, and then they're slaves. They don't want to be slaves. That's what they fought for forever, is to not be a slave, and they are being slaved by their own people. For years we've heard about it being the whites, but do you realize, go over there, go check. It isn't whites that are doing those militias. There might be some. Go watch Blood Diamond, the movie Blood Diamond, with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Go watch it. Seriously, watch it. It tells you a lot. It is still a movie, but where do you think they get the information for it? We know that there's people in places like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Ukraine. God, them people in the Ukraine. Russia? Fuck you, Russia. Fuck you, Putin. You're a dick. You are a fucking dick. I hope you hear this. Nobody actually likes you. You're a power-hungry, greedy-ass motherfucker. You guys gave Ukraine that land when you didn't think it was worth anything. When it was still all polluted, you gave it away. Now you want to be an Indian giver and take it back? You know that's an insult, right, Putin? It's an insult. You're a dick. The only reason you have people still fighting for you is because you're president. You're up top. You are a bully. You only know how to pick on weaker people. You're a dick, Putin. Sounds like something you should put into a fucking toilet. Oh, hey Putin, you're getting up there with Hitler. Did anybody remember what I said Hitler's fucking punishment was in Little Nicky? I'll find the biggest pineapple I can. You don't go kill people for a fucking piece of land that you gave away in the first place when you thought it wasn't worth nothing. Oh, but now that it's cleaning up, now that they've worked on it, now that they put the fucking effort into it, now you want to come in and just snatch it back? Fuck you. Leave them alone. Go find a hole like Hitler did, crawl in it, and stay there. Nobody needs to see your face no more. I ain't big for Trump either. I think he's a male chauvinistic asshole who thinks that he's top shit because he's got money. Take that money away, bitch. Give it away. All of your money. Go ahead, give it away. See how big and bad you are when you don't have money to back your ass up. Let's see how all big and bad all of them are if we take the money away. How big and bad you gonna be then? I'm broke. Broke. I've got a broken body. I've had a broken mind forever. I'm finally getting it straight and fixed. It's coming into place. But I have watched everything that's going on in this entire world. It's disgusting. Yeah, we have some good people. We do. We still have some good people, man. But the majority of you, greed, gluttony. I would say fornication, but I don't actually feel that that one's too much of a sin. It's natural. But we murder, we lie, we cheat, and we do all of it because we want to feel better about ourselves instead of making everybody feel good about themselves. Fuck all of you greedy ass motherfuckers. To that girl at the bus station who had a pack of cigarettes, and I know she did, I saw it, and I asked for a single one. Fuck you. Greedy. Now, but to that man who I said, and he said, here you go. Now, I didn't need that cigarette, I wanted it. But see the difference between the people? Ooh. Oh, but Jessica, you don't know how hard somebody's got. The fuck I don't. The fuck I don't. I understand. She had 13 more hours left to go. But it was one single cigarette that I asked for. That was it. I wasn't actually asking for too much. I wasn't asking for her whole pack. Asking for one. And now here's the thing. I gave away 2 of my last 4 cigarettes out of the last pack that I owned. I had 4 left. A homeless guy asked me if I had 1. I gave him 2. Out of my very last pack that I knew I was not going to buy another one of. But yet you say I'm the greedy one. You say I'm the narcissistic one. I didn't come at you and attacking you publicly. Like you guys like to do me so much. I don't wear makeup. I can look at this camera because I got trained on how to be in front of a camera by having one in my home because there was a 13-year-old who was terrorizing my home and I needed evidence. But his family, that 13-year-old's blood family, his father's family, oh no, it's my fault. Hey guys, I'm so good at being on camera because of that camera that the sister gave us for Christmas. That had to come, that was supposed to be put up outside. Supposed to be. It was an exterior camera. But it was an interior, exterior camera. You put an SD card in it. Now, why? Why would I ever do something that I absolutely was adamant? I never want a camera inside my house. We can have security cameras outside, but we don't need one inside our house. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to watch my every move. Oh, can you guys? Let me see. I can't see. There's a glare. I don't know if y'all can see that table. That's my every move. Marijuana, tobacco, jewelry. And that's a new one because I haven't wore jewelry in a long time. I don't, most of the time my clothes are too big. People started seeing how skinny I actually was. Well, I've always been skinny. The only difference is, like you guys see, like I hide this. But if I move this shirt, look, even this shirt's too big. But do you see the difference between a bigger shirt and a skinny one? Come on, kitty, move. You're in my spot. Sorry, the cat was in my spot. It knows I've been sitting here for 2 days. Just gonna jump up and get in my spot because it wants it. Just gonna think it's gonna take something from me because it wants it. No. Cat? No. See, yes, I talk to animals like they're human. And guess what? My dog understands me. Most of the time he understands my sign language. You coming? And he gets up and he comes home. Stop. If my dog can understand it, why the hell can't humans? Especially that 13-year-old who knew my hands hurt. Yeah, I made myself a thumb brace last night to keep my thumb from doing that. it can't bend back that far. Can't bend forward. Because my friend this morning, he's like, I can do that too. It's making more and more and more and more and more sense. I bet he's got some kind of form of hyperflexibility. Maybe even EDS. So when he talks about he hurts, I don't downplay his pain. He doesn't downplay mine. You know what we say to each other when we talk about each other hurting? Or ourselves hurting? I'm sorry you feel that way. We were walking through the grocery store the other day. I have kidney stones, and they like to flare up. And it was flared up. I drank pop when I was in Ohio. I can't drink pop, soda, Coke, Pepsi, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. I don't even give a fuck. I don't care what word you use for it. That carbonated beverage that's really super sugary, I don't drink it. I get my caffeine naturally through coffee and tea. I don't drink carbonated beverages anymore. Occasionally, I might have a little can of cherry Coke or something. Or if I get a 20-ounce bottle, it'll last me for days. But I wasn't drinking that. There was a Pepsi in my French fridge. That was what was in the fridge, so I went ahead and grabbed it. About halfway through it, it exploded all over me, and I ended up having to throw it away. As I was getting ready to leave to go to the doctor. Yeah. Like I said, yesterday was a great day. Last night was really hard. And I was honest with my friend about it when he asked me, he texted me, he said, I hope you're having a good night. And I said, well, I'm sitting with my ghosts. With my personal ghost. I was sitting with my dad. I was sitting with my brothers in love. Because regardless if they're sitting here at this table with me, or if they're gone, they are my brothers. In absolute love. It's never going to stop. Because like I said, my love goes beyond boundaries for your love. For their love. Jeremy said something to me one day. He said, Earth has to be hell. We had just left a visit with his kids after they'd been taken. I think the mom was in jail or prison or something again. Family had taken these kids, but they were being very strict about when he got to see them and how often and how long. And I rode out with him to this little playground out in Mayslick, Kentucky. And we spent, an hour or two with his kids. I think it was with Dino and little Jeremy. 100% might have been, I couldn't have been Chevy. She was pregnant with Chevy. I don't think she was even pregnant with Chevy yet. Oh, she wasn't around. She usually wasn't around. She was usually locked up. If she was around, all she did was cause fucking hell for him. And those kids. And his mom. I mean, he wasn't allowed to move on if she was around. How dare he ever think to move on and go be with somebody else? Amber was a sweet girl, though. She's ditzy. Amber, I'm sorry, you were ditzy, baby. But you're cool as fuck. And you were sweet. If you ever get to see this. There's a lot of Ambers in this world, and I know a lot of Ambers. And no, I'm not even Facebook friends with this one particular one because Facebook wasn't around back then, and I can't remember her last name. Plus, I heard she got married after him and her split up. I have no idea what's going on in this girl's life now. She's not a girl, she's a woman. She's only like 2 years younger than me, or 3 years younger than me. She's not much younger than me. She's a woman. She's in her 30s. But we both used to have these little Preludes. 80 something model. I had an 85. She had an 87, 88. We both had these little Preludes. And her and Jeremy and me and my youngest son's dad would go cruise those country back roads. Good times. Even when my son's dad fucked my clutch all kinds of sideways, I paid for it. I took it to the mechanic. Got it fixed. It was fixable. That little prelude went on forever, felt like. There was a wiring harness issue with it eventually, and so it just became too much. I got tired of replacing alternators, and the alternator on that one, on that 85 double carbureted Honda Prelude, was a bitch to get to. It was like in between the firewall and the engine or something. But Jeremy got it out every time. He figured out that little trick, and about the third or fourth time, he could change it out in under 10 minutes. He was slick like that. He taught me some good shit about cars. Sorry. Not everything I learned was bad. What I did learn that was good, I most likely learned from Jeremy. He taught me how to change the thermostat in a Kia. Actually, he taught me to change the thermostat in a couple different cars. Thanks to him, I know how to do that. As long as you can find that little housing for it. Sometimes it's tucked back. Like, you gotta, tuck back up. And it's a bitch to get to, but most of the time, they're pretty easy. He taught me that you can rebuild an alternator and a starter. That's what he used to do. He was good with his hands. He could build you stuff. Love those sweet messages. I got an I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Really sweet messages. That's how I know I'm loved. Because every day I get an I love you. I hope you have a great day. No, he's not here. He's at his house. And even when I'm at his house with him, before he goes and lays down, I get an I love you. Have a great day. Because he knows this is my daytime, even though it's his nighttime. And I tell him I love him back and tell him to sleep well. Rest well. He needs it for those long hauls throughout the night. Oh, and the short ones too, but I mean, because you know anything can happen. Most accidents happen within, 5 miles of your house? So, well, guys, I know. Long as fuck one today. But seriously, guys, we all deserve better. We all need to do better for ourselves, for the ghosts of our past, but most importantly, for the youth of our future. We need to clean the world up. One piece of garbage at a time. I don't give a fuck if it's your job or not. Pick up the trash. Lean down, pick it up, throw it away. Whether it's your trash or not. Whether it's your responsibility. Whether it's your job. Just do it. Nike. Just do it. See? Where's he at? There he is. Guard dog duty. That's his job. Guard dog duty. He heard doors and he heard noises and he heard people. And he said, where they at, Mom? I'll eat them. Yeah, but Jack. Here. Come here, baby. Come here. Hey. Oh, come here. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Just that fast. He's still on guard at mode. His ridge is coming up. He hears the neighborhood dogs. He knows. He knows. He also knows that he hasn't seen nothing. There's nobody in the yard. There's nobody trying to get to us. But he senses that there's somebody around that might want to.
The other dogs are telling him, hey, 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 be aware, be aware. So he's doing his job, protecting mommy and the babies. That's what he was trained for. To do good and then do better. So I don't worry so much if my friend's ex shows up here. There's a restraining order in place. I can call the police. He has no reason to be here. He has no need to be here unless it's set up previously for him to come and get some more of his stuff. And actually, I'm pretty sure that she's gotten that figured out to where she takes it to a friend of his. It is what it is. But if he shows up here because he's going to try to pull that, well, the kids are with the babysitter and I'm going to see my kids. No. Not JB, but one second. No, John, you will not see them. You will go back to jail. You will violate that bond that your sister just paid for you. You will go back to jail. Because there's a TPO in place. For 2 years. Off your first offense? Do you know how bad you had to fuck up? Do you know how bad you had to fuck up to get a 2-year restraining order automatically put in place and then kept in place after they reviewed it? You've just spent 3 weeks in jail? You didn't get OR'd out. Well, at least I know Michigan takes domestic relations very serious. Sorry, I need to make sure there wasn't nobody in the driveway. At least I know. Up here, domestic relations are taken very, very serious. There ain't no stupid bullshit. Up here, I might not have been the one to go to jail in the past. Up here, is that why you two never sent me? Is that why we didn't move to Ann Arbor all those years ago with MC Sports? Is that why? Is that why? Because you knew Michigan wouldn't fucking play your games? You knew up here I would have been safe? Did the devil tell ya? Mother. That if we would have moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan, way back in the days, way back in the 90s. Oh, what was it? No, we can't move to a college town. We lived in Cincinnati and Dayton. What do you think they are? College towns. Columbus is a college town. Your logic makes 0 sense. Can't move her to a college town. She'll get addicted to drugs. She'll meet all these boys. Cincinnati, Dayton. You don't think there's colleges back there? Come the fuck on. Like it stopped me. Still met drugs. Still met boys. Still had babies out of wedlock. Oh, I know the Christians are gonna say, oh, that cardinal sin. You A, fornicated, and then B, had children out of wedlock. I did. 3 of them. With 3 different daddies. Well, because the first one... Sorry, JB. And then the second one... Sorry, Josh. You don't go by Josh anyway, so it doesn't matter. The third one, though, he stepped up. He was a dad. He is a dad. I think he's still a dad. I don't know. From what I hear, no. He was. And him and his wife got divorced, and now he's free and single, white, and free. He can go fuck whoever he wants, so that's what he's doing. He's leaving our son with his ex-wife. Why is our son not with you and or me when we are both fully capable of taking care of him? You took him from me. If you don't want our boy, give him back.
I will gladly take on the responsibility of my actions. You decided for me 9 years ago that I couldn't be trusted with him. Now, you are the one who is making it very plain and obvious you don't even give a fuck about him. You're back into your own narcissistic, conceited, bullshit ways. If you don't want our son, give him back. I'll at least have time for him. Something that you don't seem to ever have. Leaving him with your ex-wife. Because you say you can't trust him to be at the apartment. I mean, he's 14, getting returned 15. Oh, of course you can't trust him. Sorry, James. You're a kid, and I trust you. You don't lie to me. I trust you. You don't sneak out on me. I trust you. You're a good kid for me. A little crybaby sometimes, but I mean, we all have to cry sometimes, I guess. Y'all just saw me crying just a little bit ago. But seriously, to the older one, if you don't want him, give me back. I'll take back my baby anytime you're ready to hand him back over. He is mine, too. Also, we were both there to create him, but I did a little bit more work. See right here? See this spot? See that spot right there? You might have stuck your seed inside me. My egg absorbed it. But then it created this little thing. And the first time I ever got to see it looked like a little apple. Apple in my eye. It did. It looked like a little apple. Just a little sack with a little stem coming off of it. It was on an ultrasound, and I was 4 weeks along. I found out before most women even missed their fucking period, but I had already missed my period. I was weak. I was over a week late. Woke up and had morning sickness. So fuck. 3 days before my birthday was on that Monday, and that Friday I planned to get trashed. It was a weekend. My birthday was that following Monday. It's 24 gonna turn 23, gonna turn 24, 24 gonna turn 24 now. 2007. However old I was. Gonna be 24. 23 gonna turn 24. I was gonna get trashed. I was gonna party all weekend. I was off work and I had to be at work until like 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. I got off on Friday. I had to be back in until Sunday. I was gonna party for my own birthday. By myself, probably. Then again, I was gonna have drugs, so yeah, there's somebody who might have popped up. Chances are. But I woke up that Friday morning and I felt sick. In a different type of sick than I normally feel. And I went, shit. Because I knew that sickness. I did. I knew that sickness. So I got up. My mom came through and she said, you're going to be late to work. And I said, okay. And I got up once I could move. And I got dressed for work. And I went to work. And my work was at Sonic in Maysville. And it's in the parking lot, basically, of the Walmart. So when they said, Jessica, break, I clocked out. I ran out that door. I jumped in my car. I still had a license at that point. And I busted over to Walmart. I didn't even park my car in a parking space because A, I was on break and I only had a half an hour, and B, I was in such a rush to do this and I knew exactly where they were at. So I ran in that door, parked in the fire lane. I apologize. Sorry. Please forgive me. But I parked in the fire lane. I ran in that door, grabbed 2 pregnancy tests, paid for them, ran back out the door, jumped in my car, drove right back across the parking lot over to Sonic again, went into the bathroom. And I sat there for the next like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I might have lost track of time for all I fucking know, but I took that pregnancy test. And I only had to take one. It showed up almost instant. Jessica, you're pregnant. For a third time. And me and his dad had just split. I was staying with him, but then he went out one night. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. I have a good idea what he was doing, but he'll never tell me. And I got drunk. This was only like 2 weeks before this, so a week pregnant. Didn't know. Obviously, I didn't know I was pregnant because it was only 1 week long. Please forgive me. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But I got drunk. I mean, like, I got so drunk that I was still drunk the next morning. And I don't know what time he came in, but I had wrote a note because your real feelings come out when you're drunk. And basically said, I can't keep doing this. If you don't love me and love me right, then I can't keep doing this. So he let me sleep that night alone in his bed while he slept out on the couch in the other room. And when I got up the next morning, we had a blowout fight. We didn't talk at all for a good week. Maybe longer. And he told me to get out. He said, pack your shit, get out. So I did. I stayed in my car a couple of nights. I stayed at a couple different friends' houses. See, I told you I'm really good at this being a homeless thing. Because I don't feel like I have a home. I might now. I'm still scared. So I don't know. Oh, but I do. Because you don't drive almost 500 miles one way. You don't say the things that he says. You don't do the actions that he does. If you don't mean it. Oh, now that is a lesson I've definitely learned. If you watch how they treat you, always, you'll know. And in every way, my friend treats me very, very, very well. He made me a to-go box of his food that he cooks, even though he knows his sister has food. He knows there's food here, but he knows that I'm probably not going to cook because I'm burned out. And he knows that his food and his cooking is going to be better than the fast, quick stuff that the mama has because mamas have fast, quick stuff. We're tired. At the end of the day, we're tired. We're mamas. Do you guys seem to think that a mama's job is just what? What do you think a mama's job is? Me sitting here talking to you all? The only reason I'm able to do this is because those babies are still sleeping. They are going to wake up any minute. Yesterday, as soon as I finished my video, within 2 minutes of me finishing my video yesterday morning, Sunshine woke up. Well then, why, man? Yeah, why, man? But he's cute. And he's coming around to me. He just takes a minute to warm up to people. Not a problem with that. He's had a traumatic life. He's a baby. He's already had a traumatic life. Our goal, though, is to make it from this point forward with no more drama, trauma, and only to know love and happiness from here on out. And protection. He's just barking at another dog. Hey guys, this seriously is like my longest video yet, and for what we do, we all deserve better. The generations before us deserve to be proud of us. And I don't feel it. Our ancestors are proud. Any of them. Regardless of what their feelings were when they